All right. Sydney,
Yes,
Amanuel.
that's my name.
We ended on a pretty dark situation last week.
I would say if this was like a video game, I would be like, oh no, I've done the worst possible outcome. Let me reload and do it again because I clearly fucked that up.
Let me pull up that save. No, you didn't fuck up. You just rolled poorly.
The dice told a story, as they say.
Dice gods were not in your favor. And I would really like to dig a little deeper because I have some regrets and thoughts and concerns and really want to hear your side of it. And if you want to hear that too, jump on our Patreon where we'll. Did you see that?
That
flash?
light just flat. Do you think there's a ghost? Okay, if you want a ghost, go to the Patreon.
Yeah, if you want a ghost on the Patreon, because that's where it's.
That was weird.
That was weird.
I feel like that's a sign that everybody needs to go to the Patreon to hear us continue talking about the behind the scenes talkbacks about our episodes.
Yeah, so patreon.com/Lost Mountain Pod. Anyway, so let's get into it. Husband? We're recording. Are you...
What are you creeping
decent?
around for?
Yeah.
What are you creeping around for over there? You're being creepy.
You gotta go to the bathroom.
Always go to the bathroom. Okay, that's allowed.
Okay.
But just once.
And be quiet when you do
And
it.
be quiet when you piss.
No dumping.
I'll take pictures.
Oh.
Jesus.
Anyway, let's start from
The beginning.
the beginning of where I want us to land.
350 BC.
Yes.
I don't know what was going on then.
Like one of those exorcist movies of like they found the devil in the pyramids. Did you see any of those? Yeah.
No, I don't know what you're talking about.
Okay. Anyway, never mind. We're not gonna do that. We're gonna close this and we're gonna open up my adventure notes. Birch basement.
Oh, that's in big caps.
I want us to take
Take it off the screen because that's so distracting. She just has Instagram open and there's like videos happening. What is that? What is that man? All right.
All right. Do not watch on
I'm
my
not looking. I'm not looking.
GM screen.
I'm not looking.
Let's do not a recap, but I want us to discuss where we're at in terms of resources and where we want to go because you are gonna get experience points from this horrifying experience you just had.
I killed a bunch of people in Sweden. In
Sweden's oldest town.
I killed a bunch of people in Sigtuna, and all I got was experience points and this T-shirt. Okay, let's crack it open. Let's crack it wide open. Okay. Ooh. Headquarters.
Yeah. So
how many points do I get?
21.
Whoa. Yeah, that was a harrowing adventure. I think I deserve that.
Well, you get a lot more because you're a solo player. So it's you get
True.
I think you get 7 or 8 based on if you're one, but since I want to give you a chance. That's still like if you had been 4 players, you would have gotten 28. So maybe I'll give you 25 then.
No, it's okay. It's okay. You give me what is fair. All right, so facilities.
What current facilities do you have? Because I did give you a bunch of freebies, I think.
Currently,
You have
at Egerkrans, we have the seance.
seance room?
We
Seance
have-
parlor, right? Or seance?
What is it called?
It's probably seance parlor.
Seance parlor.
Yeah.
We have the seance parlor. We have the map room.
Map room, yes.
And we have, of course, the library.
Library.
Which
that was a freebie in game. I gave you, I think, the map room without any cost.
I think I bought the underground library though, right? The secret library.
You got the occult library.
Occult library.
That's what you bought, and we discovered Birch in there. No. She was standing outside, or she has been hanging out. She came.
She was hired, kind of.
Yeah, and then for some reason
She's been in there.
drawn. So, and the seance parlor is on the second floor though. That one you discovered by opening a door. So that was also basically a freebie. However, you have a tavern.
I have it. Oh, right.
You have
I have the tavern.
Yeah.
Which you can get a tavern
Yep.
But I literally got it through the game, which I think we agreed on, which
Yep.
I love. I think that's so funny. Oh, did I say that the tavern would work as something else? Maybe I said you can get a tavern, but could it be something else? Oh, local tavern.
Local tavern, yeah.
Local tavern. Let me write that down.
And that's the witchcraft inn. Witch cat inn.
Witch cat inn, which we saw the shadow puppet play.
Wonderful, and I love how that worked out.
And then fought a revenant.
Yeah. So let's see what you actually get. Local tavern. So you get +2. So write this down too. So okay, here's the facilities you have. Local tavern, which is the pre-story, episode 1, 2, 3. You can also buy three more, by the way.
What?
Taverns.
3 more taverns?
You can open an entire fucking
There's not
empire.
enough taverns in fucking Uppsala.
But one player character per level can gain +2 to their physical recovery roll.
Amazing. I will need that.
Yeah. The library, clues can be found here, so it's nothing more than that. The map room, one of the player characters can gain an extra advantage before a mystery, an old map. Seance parlor.
Which we used, I think.
Yeah. You used it at least in previous seasons once. The
Okay.
player characters can hold a seance.
Oh, we did. We did use it.
Before a mystery and gain access to additional clues.
I think Anne used it in season 1.
Yeah.
We did she was doing the automatic writing, which happens when you're taken over. Oh. And she was writing down stuff. It was cool. It was
because
very fun.
Henrik was sleeping with the local prostitutes.
Okay, there was a lot. Henrik had a hard life. Go listen to season 1.
Yeah.
Make up your own mind.
Yeah. That's it for the. That's it, right? Did you have anything else?
Occult library.
Occult library, yes. And that's a discovered facility. The occult library. Once per mystery, a player character can gain a free success on a roll for locating or understanding occult knowledge.
I think we did use the occult library, actually.
That is the occult library.
We did use it before this adventure. I think we used it. We had a book, that old book that that Olaf. It was like a. Oh no! Never mind.
Do I mix up things?
No, I'm mixing up the book that Olaf showed me.
Yeah.
That looks like a weird, fucked up Bible, but is not a Bible. I'm mixing that up. Okay.
Yeah. He has a weird Bible for some reason.
Okay. So what we're rocking with right now is a lot of clues, basically. Yeah. 3 of them can give us clues, and actually 4 of them can kind of give us clues, even with that advantage from the map room. That's kind of a clue. And then the local tavern gives a +2 to recovery roll. So I think we're good on clues. Yeah. I think if I'm looking to purchase more places, to uncover more places, I would go for different things.
You can also upgrade your character sheet. You can spend experience points on that. If you want better skills. You can spend experience points. Let's see here. Experience points.
Unlike our first season, we're making sure we do this right.
Yeah.
So bear with us.
When a player has accumulated 5 experience points, she gets a chance to make an advance. An advance can be used to increase a skill by 1 step or buy a new talent. The player can buy any talent she likes, including those which during character creation were specific to other archetypes. So, you can also change your motivation, dark secret, or relation to other player characters after a mystery is over. I don't see why that doesn't seem to be.
That's kind of cool for other stuff.
Yeah,
but
that's also a little campaign play-ish. If you have a lot of other people and you're okay, I kind of want to. Now when I know what I know, I want to change. Blah, blah, blah. But for you, this is we're basically telling we are playing this game as a narrative story that has a beginning, ending, and a beginning, middle, and an end. So it's if you change your motivation, I don't want to be an actor anymore, and I want to move to a farm. Then I'm
gonna become a scientist trad wife.
Yeah, I'm you're not allowed to. Not at my table.
That's too complicated.
Yeah. So yeah, you can do that as well if you want to. You can use 5. You can get 4 new skills or 4 new talents.
Oh, this is interesting too. So you can buy new, you can hire new staff
Yeah.
to work. And I was looking at psychiatrist
Yeah.
because they can give a player character a +2 on her mental recovery roll. But the prerequisite is a player character must have become mentally broken during the mystery.
Yeah,
so
right.
I can't even do that yet. I haven't been broken. But that is interesting.
Yeah. You have a fixer. So here's some contacts, like personnel you can get. Banker.
That's what I'm saying. The psychiatrist is one of those.
Yeah, exactly. And banker, fixer, journalist.
Oh yeah, these are contacts, and then personnel is for
I see.
Building itself.
Right. So very cool.
That's cool because your contacts are like they don't live at Egerkrans, but it's like
No.
I know a guy, and you know like a policeman.
A fixer is always fun. I kind of want to be a fixer in real life.
That's kind of cool. Restore or retrieve a lost memento. I don't really use my mementos that much.
Yeah, the memento can give you what I've forgotten what memento does, but it can inspire you, I think.
I think so.
Memento. Your memento is part of your character. It can be broken or lost during a mystery, but by spending 1 experience point, you can have it returned to you. You may also to decipher what it. You can use your memento to heal a condition by interacting with it. Oops, that would have been.
Oh, fuck. But you know what? That's so funny.
Do you have a memento?
Yes, but my memento, that's so funny. Yeah. My condition was exhausted and angry.
Right.
My memento is a powder compact with sleeping pills inside it. So she would have taken sleeping pills. Maybe she would have felt a little bit better, but it's a funny, that's a weird role play thing to be like.
Maybe
she
your
takes a bunch of
memento
sleeping
should be
pills.
something else so you can heal. Like you can actually use it less. If you, you have, I feel like a memento wouldn't it
I rolled for it, and that's what I got.
But I mean, maybe it's enough for you to think like it's placebo. Like we can use it that way. Like, oh, I've seen what I've seen.
You know, maybe they're not sleeping pills. Maybe they're like mommy's little helpers. Oh. Maybe it's an unknown pill, and she just like pops one, and then she's like, I can do it.
Have you ever? I've tried mommy's little helpers. I'm assuming like it's Oxycontin or Xanax or whatever.
I assumed it was like speed.
Oh.
I assumed mommy's little helper was like, she can do everything. Clean the kitchen.
I thought it was like antidepressants, like like anti-anxiety. I had to do like a small procedure, but I wanted to be awake, so they gave me Xanax, Xanax. And
you just say Xanax.
Okay, and I was like, amazing.
I mean,
I'm like I could. I'm like, so this is what it's like to not have anxiety. Mm-hmm. I have never been this happy in my entire life.
That's why it's very addicting.
It's so bad for you. I'm like, guys, don't do drugs. It's terrible. Like, don't even try it.
In moderation. Do a little bit of drugs.
Messaging right now.
Figure it out.
Especially if you're a teenager, please figure it out. Go and try a couple of drugs. Apparently, we do have teenagers listening to this show.
Okay, well then, if the teens are listening, be smart. Google.
Don't fuck up your life.
Google. If you find a pill, look up what the pill is. Don't put it in your mouth.
Don't fall for peer pressure. Like, that is the advice that I can, like, if you don't want to do something, you know, the people that you think are forcing you to do that thing,
they suck.
They suck, and they will turn into losers sooner rather than later.
And here's the other thing. If they're trying to make you smoke weed, smoke a teeny tiny bit.
Just pretend. Puff it.
You'd be like, that's cool, and then try it later on your own when you're not going to feel anxious and like you're losing your mind in front of 3 friends.
Exactly. Don't inhale.
Don't do a little bit of drugs. Don't inhale. That's Ellie's advice, and I love it. Okay, so
all right.
I know this is a little bit metagamey.
But you have to be like, you're a lonely player.
Hey, I'm not that lonely,
but
I have friends.
Yeah, and
I would like to purchase the Occult Archive.
Ah, fuck yeah.
I know. So this is metagamey because I was reading what it is, and now I understand what's going on in the basement. But the Occult Archive, a vault enclosed by thick, leaded walls and protective inscriptions. Prerequisite?
You bought a mystic. So you bought a mystic. Did you write that down?
Yes?
Yes.
No?
God, we're stacked.
Birch is the mystic, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Mystic.
Because it said here prerequisite occult temple or mystic.
So prerequisite occult temple or mystic. I have the mystic. And it says discovery. The alcoves and the passageways behind the library, the occult library, have been bricked up. And behind the porous stone, you see impenetrable lead doors. This is what Birch had a weird feeling about.
You fucked me. You fucked me up.
Okay, I know. Yeah. I realized what it was, but so it's in the book. It's in the book.
Yeah.
And you can also purchase it up to 3 times, which is crazy. But it costs 6. So I think right off the bat, it makes sense that Birch has been there. And at first she was covering it up, but I think eventually, it's been fucking like 3 weeks.
Yeah.
I think eventually she's like, she is not going to come back. I will have to see what is behind this.
However, I might have something planned for this.
Okay.
But now I know your intention.
So
your intention with this woman is to get an occult black.
She's going to be occult. Okay. I think Birch's role in the group is she is what one would describe at that time period. She's crazy.
Give me a die. And a high five. Give me low. Too slow. All right.
What the hell are you rolling? What are you doing over there?
Those of you who read the book, no. But I failed. No threat.
Threat?
Every time you do an upgrade, I have to roll a threat.
You bitch.
I know. You bitch.
You bitch. Could I write down Occult Archive for now?
Yes, and that only costs 6. So you have a couple of other things.
So I still have 15. Right? 21
yes.
minus 6, 15.
Good job, Sydney.
Thanks. Thank you. I'm very proud of myself. So the function of the occult library, I should say, each level can store up to 3 power items or magic items from previous mysteries. So I don't have any of those yet.
Power items.
Unless I took the violin. I don't think I would have. I don't think
magic items. Those are things that people in the countryside have traditionally used to protect themselves against Vaesen.
Cool.
The player characters can find them during mysteries or make them at their headquarters. So I'm assuming that's the occult archive can store
those items. Up to 3. That makes sense why you can purchase.
But it would be fun to figure out what do we need to make these. That would be even better. So let's look at that too. Items of power are used by rolling 1d6.
Oh.
On a roll of 1, the item breaks, runs out, or stops working. So actually,
when you use it.
Yeah, so that's interesting. So here's a couple of ideas for my magic items. Seaweed bladder. You can breathe underwater. But there's a risk. Water seeps in. Suffer 1 physical condition for every 10 minutes spent underwater.
Look at that second item, you little shit. Look at that second item and read it out loud. Don't cheat.
The loot of the neck.
You son of a bee.
Inspiration +5 when luring a crowd.
For Eliza. Listen to me sing.
Peggy.
And the neck. Do you want me to roll something to determine if she would have gotten this loot in this moment?
No, you fucking get it. That's amazing. I think you are using my inexperience with this game against me in a very, very good way. So
manipulative way.
Yeah. But it's not going to be a loot. It's going to be a violin.
Violin, yeah.
I decided. I don't know why I didn't loot, but maybe you did loot.
I'm just going to say it's in the occult archive. I don't even know if she's going to use it right now, but
yeah, she was just like, I'm not going to be able to leave this fucking thing amongst villagers because we'll get to where exactly you ended up. Yeah, but I think for now, just to have it mental note.
I'll put it there so I don't forget. Violin neck. Crazy.
You can have troll's eye, a wand, fairy square, all these cool things
wand.
that we maybe can find. And then items of power is a fairy cross, silver bullets. Why would we need silver bullets? I wonder what Vaesen...
Vampire!
It says here, can kill certain Vaesen.
How interesting.
Which one? A Bible. Interesting.
Well, we do have Should I write that down?
Not yet.
Okay.
Because you do not have it in your
That's true.
possession.
That's true.
Oh, I'm like, we're building this. This is like Sims for magical.
World building.
Okay, cool. I think you have. So wait. So you got the. So you have a couple of other.
So next, I want to buy the botanical gardens.
Nice.
Because this is great, but you need a gardener, so I'm going to buy both.
Okay.
But a
You
player who spends a scene in the garden heals 2 mental conditions.
Amazing.
Oh, interesting. All food from the headquarters automatically counts as nutritious. So it's not just a beautiful botanical garden. She is actually growing food.
Amazing.
The asset can provide the player characters with 3 doses of weak poison or 1 dose of strong poison during the preparation phase without rolling for resources.
Poison is lethal. That's how you guys died. The TPK in earlier seasons. I don't know if you remember.
Were we poisoned?
Yeah.
By what?
I don't remember now. it was
poison?
bad. Yeah,
A woman's weapon.
You were like, I think you drank something. Like you went into
shit.
And then you got. It was like
We drank tea or something.
I need to listen back to it. I think I got like.
So there's weak poison, toxicity 3, or there is strong poison that we could get. So it makes sense. It's balanced.
Yeah.
Okay, so gardener, poison, in prep phase. Okay. Damn, we got a lot of shit. All right, so 15, that. Okay, so now for the last 10 total points, I would like to up my attributes.
10 points, yeah. So you have 2, yeah.
2. So I'm going to... My empathy is max.
Yeah.
Or no, you can go higher than 5. Can you?
They said like that you can't go higher than 5.
I won't then.
But I think like starting out, I think it would be weird. Why wouldn't you be able to? I think you should. I'm gonna homebrew this and say
I don't even know if I want to for now, because
yeah, like you can keep it like makes okay. So for now, do max out at 5. Like that's that's the ceiling.
I'm gonna do my logic, bump it up to 5.
Yeah,
because she's learned a lot, and I think physique and precision are my 2 lowest. And that's also why I did so bad on some stuff, because my agility is low and my force is low. Precision is my medicine, range, combat, and stealth. I think I'm going to up my physique just for now.
Yeah.
So that will bump up to a 4, and that is all my points.
Okay. And now you're down at 0 again.
Down at 0 again.
But I am like enjoying the fact that your character is getting better.
Yeah, and I think...
But that means that the adventures might get harder.
And I think, I'm going to say, mechanically, her logic goes up because she's been doing this research and stuff, and her physique goes up because she danced for a really long time. So she's like, damn, her calves look crazy.
Yeah, she's like...
And like little heels, too.
She's like, is anyone else feeling...
She's like, my glutes. Oh.
So, I want briefly the aftermath.
Yeah, we should talk about this.
You probably had... I can see... The way the way I see it is that Eliza is going through like a trauma response to it in the way that she doesn't necessarily remember any details outside of the small things. For example, the screaming, the stench, people like sweat, blood, agony of that room, because people danced and danced and danced till their heels started bleeding due to that violin that was played by someone else than Nick. And then eventually people collapsed from exhaustion. Some even perished, the older ones. And you, Eliza, woke up, screams, especially from one, and that was Eva, the love of Nick's life. And she lost her baby. And from that, you know, you don't necessarily remember how you got out of that situation, how you and Olaf eventually...
Somebody treated us.
Yeah, like, exactly. But it was so bad, and no one even in the village sort of remembers, but it's like the Red Wedding. People are talking about this wedding, this horrifying thing that happened. And the rumor is that they blame the neck, like they blame him. He was playing his fiddle so beautifully that even the child died from wanting to dance. You know, everyone was under a spell.
Do they think Nicholas is the neck?
They don't. They. That's like sort of the saying, like the rumors, because everyone knows of the neck, this fabled creature. They don't necessarily. They think that the neck came to the wedding. They don't. I don't think necessarily that they assume that it's Nicholas.
Did Nicholas leave? Did he run off?
You don't know because I mean he was gone the next day. You did not have a chance to talk to him or Elias or anyone really, and you didn't think to because it was such a horrible situation going on. So basically, you and Olaf abandoned the mission. He thought it would be safer for you to get out of there, and. You return to Uppsala eventually. And while there, Olaf is different from now. Like, the two of you seem to not be able to really have the same banter that you've had. He keeps to himself. He's... and so you just bury yourself in work with Egerkrans, a garden. Algod has, as per usual, been busy. So you start building that garden. You hire a good gardener, and it seems like it's the only place in the whole world right now where you can find some peace and quiet from your own mind. Birch approaches you about that same cellar door that has been covered. And
I think the minute Eliza got home, Birch was like excited to see her and was like, we have to talk about the basement. And the whole time Eliza has been like, not now. Like, I cannot talk to you right now.
Yeah.
And Birch was a little bit like, something bad has happened, and didn't pry, but, you know, was looking out at her in the garden, and Eliza would be out there with like dirt all over her like light pink colored dress, and she'd be talking with the landscaper about like, I want to do azaleas here, and I'd like to do perhaps begonias here, and you know, like every day, just it was like there was this woman, this famous woman who built this house that she would constantly change the plans for as it was being built. So there'd be like stairs to nowhere and like doors to a brick wall, because she'd be like, get rid of that. People thought she was crazy. But it's a little bit what's going on with Eliza. Yeah. And then finally, the garden is kind of done. Yeah. And I think she can't avoid Birch any longer.
Yeah. I'm thinking, in that case, well, let's wait with the Birch encounter. Okay. Birch continues to...
Be in the occult library.
But you see her around, and she gives you a nice, you know, you're calm in her presence, but there's something about that you don't want to bother with right now. And work picks up. And so you actually get sent on other mysteries that you feel like, in order to make sense of, you know, in order to do something, sure, I can help. Yeah. And so you and Olaf, you go on a couple of mysteries.
So a few weeks have passed.
Yeah, like a few weeks. Like a month. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. A month passed, and you continue to...
I feel like the mysteries they're taking on are a little bit like, Mrs. O'Leary's pie has gone missing. Like, exactly. Lighter mysteries. Yeah,
lighter mysteries, and you discover a lot during these weeks about Swedish folklore and Swedish traditions, and you're learning a lot about Vaesen, occasionally finding out that maybe they're not all bad. And you spend some time in the library finding out more things. But then there's this one mystery that Olaf refused to come with you, but you don't have the heart to say no. And that's regarding 2 missing young girls. And you go on that mystery. No Vaesen involved. It's just a bad, sad situation where their father killed them. Ugh. And you're on your way back from that mystery, you're looking out through the carriage, dark forest outside, and it makes you think about your own life and things. And that dark forest, your imagination gets pulled in. And I want to leave it up to you now, Sydney. What goes on Eliza's mind? What memories might she be thinking of?
Yeah, I think this feels a little dream sequency, like reality bendy as she's looking out this window of the carriage, and it's almost like she sees herself outside. Like this thing starts to play out, you know. It's can't tell if this is like a memory, an imagination, a future thought, whatever. But then we fade into what it is, and we see Eliza younger, maybe 11, 12, 13, maybe 13, maybe just a teen, a preteen. And she's in her house, which we've seen before.
Yeah.
It's kind of luxurious. There's these fancy rugs and these big armchairs, roaring fire. And we see Daphne, who is Eliza's sister.
Yeah, younger sister. Right?
Younger sister. I don't know if we've said her name. Have we said her name?
Yeah, Daphne, yeah.
Daphne. And Daphne is maybe 8.
Yeah.
Enough of an age difference where now it's starting to show. Like when they were young together, they would play and put on dances for, you know, the family, like we've said before. And now we catch them in this moment of the only kind of like meanness that you could have toward a sibling who you love, but you're just at each other's throats. And we come into this scene and
they're fighting,
like flat out. And Eliza, you know, is holding something, and Daphne, you know, is just like kind of whining, crying, like,
I'm gonna tell Mama.
I'm gonna tell. And
so all right, so Daphne tells you that, like, I'm gonna tell Mama that you had it last time. You had it last week. Now it's my turn.
It's mine, Daphne. Stop crying. And she like whips Daphne with, you know, this is a doll. It's like a porcelain doll or something. And she whips her, and the arm breaks on the doll.
That was
Look what you've done.
That was your fault. I did not do that.
I hate you. And she starts to like pick up the pieces, and she like cuts her own finger, and she starts kind of crying.
I'm gonna tell Mommy.
Don't tell. If you tell, I'll hate you forever. I'm never gonna talk to you again.
You can hate me as much as you want because I hated you first.
I hate you so much.
I hope you die.
I hope you die. I want you to die. You're already dead. I wish that you were never born.
And she runs.
It's just
off.
God, yeah. Imagine. She it's just, you're so young and you have no way to express yourself. You don't understand your emotions. She wants to like grab Daphne and like cover her mouth and like kill her. Like she's so angry.
I hope you get buried by the worms and they start eating you.
And she's looking like she's already run off. She can't chase after her. She's gonna go tell Mom. She's looking around. The broken doll. This doll was a gift.
And maybe you know that her mom is going to side with Daphne.
Absolutely.
Because Daphne is the young one.
1,000%. And it's like the age where this conversation has happened of you have to be nice to your sister.
Yeah.
You have to share with her. Yeah. She doesn't understand. You know, you're the big girl. Like, you need to be the big sister. She knows she's going to get in trouble. This doll was expensive. Yeah. She's also at the age where she starts to understand gifts.
Money? Yeah.
Not so much even money, but like, this was something that she wanted so badly, and her parents were like, no.
We have to share.
And she got it for Christmas.
Yeah.
And in the firelight, you know, it's nighttime, and like in this firelight, she just sees this like broken piece. The doll's all like disheveled, looks like shit. Her sister's screaming. And she has this moment, it's like hatred and anger, and then immediate fear of being in trouble.
Yeah.
Her father is like quite strict. Loves her when he loves her, darling little girl, but like quite strict.
So you hear footsteps
Yep.
coming up.
And she has this moment of panic, and she's gonna grab this like bag that she has, and she quickly puts she's like a fucking kid. She quickly puts like some cookies that were on the table into it, and she takes some like pens and paper and throws it in, and then she looks around and she sees this stuffed sort of velvety rabbit.
Yeah.
And she takes it and she throws it in, and she's going to quickly bolt out of the room down the servant stairs.
Yeah.
And out through the kitchen, which is like all the servants' kind of pathways that her parents wouldn't take.
Yeah.
Out to the back.
Yeah.
And then she's just going to start running toward this forest that faces it butts up, their house like butts up against this big forest.
Yeah.
Which is this dark nighttime. This is what made her sort of fade into this memory.
Yeah.
So she runs, and it's dark, and she's running into this forest.
And it's one of those English forests that are so fairy,
Overgrown, yeah.
fairy-esque, like Snow White-ish.
Mm-hmm. Peering eyes.
And Eliza is not alone, she discovers.
Oh, great.
Soon.
Perfect. I'm not scared at all.
She feels a presence. But then you notice that it's just a little boy sitting next to a well, an old, overgrown well. He's sitting there quietly humming.
And the moon is quite bright, so like she can see in the spaces between the trees. So it's dark, but it's like a really bright night where the moon is so bright, almost like a super moon, where you can see like shadows from trees. So she sees this boy.
Like a bluish light.
It's like black and white, but like blue and white. We know. We've seen it. So she's going to walk up. She has this bag, which is now feels like it weighs 1,000,000 pounds.
Yeah.
She's dragging this bag.
Have I made a mistake? Can I return? No.
Shouldn't have brought so many cookies.
Yeah.
She kind of sees him. Hello?
He turns around quickly. And it's like there's a shadow over his
tears.
Yeah, there's a shadow over his face. But you do know that he's looking at you.
You shouldn't be out here.
Well, you shouldn't be out here either.
I can be. I've run away.
I've run away too.
She kind of stops. Really?
Yes.
I run away from home.
I don't have a home.
Me neither. Me neither. She'd say neither. Yeah. Me neither. I've run away, and I'm not ever going to go back.
That's okay. You can stay with me if you want.
She kind of like sizes him up, but it's like playground rules, you know? So she's like, he's cool. Yeah. And she kind of walks over dragging this bag. I've brought shortbread cookies if you'd like one.
That's so nice of you. What else have you brought? Can I look into your bag?
No, I'll show you. And she takes out the cookies, and it's like on like a napkin.
Yeah.
There's like 4. She takes those out. My mother made those, and I'll never see her again. And she takes out her rabbit. This is my rabbit, Wiggle. And I've brought pens to write home and tell them that I would never come back as long as my sister lives there.
Your sister? Tell me more about your sister. He picks up your rabbit.
She like
and holds it.
Rubs her nose and uses like a bit of her dress to like rub her face. She's younger and stupid, and I hate her.
She sounds stupid. I hate her too.
She's so mean. So mean to me, and I'm supposed to be nice because I'm older, but I'm smarter than her, and she's so mean to me and never lets me do what I want to do. I have to let her do what she wants to do. I get in trouble.
You should be allowed to do whatever you want to do. And you can do that with me. Here. He gives back the rabbit.
She kind of holds it close.
I fixed him, and you notice that one of the eyes that was a little loose before is now fully back in its socket on the rabbit.
How'd you do that?
You know, I fix things. That's what I'm good at. That's why I was cast aside, because my family, where I come from, they don't like what I can do.
Are you from London?
No, I'm not from London.
You have walked really far then.
I have walked many steps. But I like to believe that I am from this forest now. This is my new home. You can stay with me for as long as you want.
She's kind of like looking around with like kid fun, and
Yeah.
she's like, this could be a house and this could be your chair, and the well could be a well, and we could make a bed
Yes, we can make a bed.
and one for Wiggle, and we can make mud soup.
We could also make sure that your sister pays for what she did.
I'm not gonna go back. I'm not gonna talk to her.
We don't have to talk to her. We'll be able to make sure she knows what she did wrong, and that she will never do it again.
She doesn't listen.
She doesn't have to listen to pay for what she did.
Well, what can we do? We can't tell my parents.
He smiles. Don't worry, I will show you.
I'm Eliza.
Hello, Eliza. Take my hand.
And she looks. And she holds Wiggle. And she takes his little hand with her little hand.
What's your sister's name?
Daphne.
Daphne. Daphne. Daphne. And we move back to Eliza in the carriage. For some reason, that memory
Yeah,
speaks
she's
to you once again.
looking out at the forest. And it's like, we see fragments of all those things.
Yeah.
Like, we see the forest, but then we see that fight, and it's sort of... That's how she's, like, it's connect the dots, but in a
Yeah.
weird memory dream way, where you're like, what really happened? You know, like, did we fight? And
Yeah, and it makes you think about Daphne.
Yeah.
She passed away later that summer. And knowing what you know now about what could have happened to her, and you were wondering about that boy, maybe fragments of the two of you running around in that forest, running around in circles. And you really, really wanted Daphne to disappear, or did you? Or did he want that? You can't really tell. But this darkness around your heart is resurfacing. You haven't thought about this in a long, long time. But what's currently been going on in your mind for the past few weeks has sort of awakened something in you. And we have to end the episode.
what a note to end on.
We even haven't discovered the occult library, but yeah.
All happy episodes from here on out, folks.
Yes, exactly. I'm sure this is the beginning of something comedic.
Great app.